Hello everybody, welcome back to another figure throwdown. My name is Matthew, and last time we had a little bit of a showdown between four Godzillas, NECA 2014, NECA 2019 version 1, 2, and 3, and we also had three King Kongs by Playmates, 2005, 2017, and 2021. If you want to go watch those videos, go watch them. They're on my channel. And I actually might link them in the description. Yeah, I'll do that this time. But today, we're going to be doing a three-way fight between three flying kaiju, or titans, as they're called in the Monsterverse. And we're going to see which one of these three is the definitive flying monster from Godzilla made from NECA. In this corner, we have the NECA Mothra. In this corner, we have the NECA Rodan. And in this corner, we have Mothra version 2. All these figures have their own unique characteristics, but we need to find out which one of these, if you were to only purchase one, which one would you get? So first up, we're going to look at Mothra version 1, which Mothra version 1 here is beautifully sculpted and painted. Not only do you have a lot of dry brushing to simulate a lot of details on the fur and the wings, but the wings themselves have such a beautiful Toho-like pattern. It's almost like you put this up to a light and this will look so magnificent. And like it even carries it over onto the top. Like I'm just in love with the patterns they went with. Yeah, like I know it's movie accurate, but like still it's such a beautiful piece. But what isn't so beautiful is the over. I'll get this more into size, but it's too small. Like I get it. That's how it was in the movie. It's more on the fault of the designers, but a major gripe with me from the Mothra is that it's like really small. And because of that, they had to make the figure small in order to scale with Godzilla. So like you couldn't have went with something bigger? Mothra's always either been the same size as Godzilla. She wasn't ever this small. I get she's an insect, but she was a big insect. Even compared to Godzilla. But overall, you have like a lot of oranges, reds, whites, blacks. It's just, it looks so beautiful. I can't stop fanboying over this. And then we're going to move on to Mothra version 2, which Mothra version 2 is kind of the opposite. Like, it's not bad. I'm saying, like, in terms of colors. In terms of color scheme, it's mostly blues. And, like, look at that. This is truly a nighttime Mothra. While it does lose some of that detail and dry brushing you'd find on the original, it picks up the slack on the wings, which, in my opinion, are the strongest part about the Mothra figures. They just look so angelic. They look so good. You can run your finger across this and really feel all those little veins and bumps and grooves really coming onto there. And it's just really, really cool. And last but not least, we have Rodan, which I think I'm actually going to take him off the stand for this. Okay, let's open him up. Rodan here is very different compared to the Mothras. He has like a lot of dry brushing, a lot of paints in the crevices, almost like lava effects, because that's how it was in the movie. And it just looks really, really, really nice. Look at all those little lava specks. Kind of reminds me of the Shin Godzilla almost. They did a long time ago. And he has his signature diamond tail, looking nice. The head, that's also looking pretty cool. Very King of the Monsters looking. Like, this looks like something you'd see in the movie. And on the back here, there you go. His back here is like very spiky, and his horns too. It's just, I can't fathom of how good Rodan looks. But the question is, does he win? Looking at all three of these guys once again, It's hard for me to pick a winner. If I had to go pick a winner based off my favorite color, it'd obviously be Mothra version 2. I'm a sucker for blue colors. I mean, like, take it from a guy who literally has this Godzilla cup blue awesomeness. But, like, I'm serious, guys. I can't determine a winner here. I'm gonna say each of them get a point in this round, so it's a tie. Round 2 is posability. Now, I'm only going to grab one Mothra off because both Mothras feature the same posability. So at the base of the wing, I got to be really careful because my other Mothra broke and had to glue the joint back on. So you probably can see a little super glue on the version 1 Mothra. You can flap the wings forward, up and down. I think, nah, this one's not stuck by a pin. It's just really limited. Same with this side. Very cool. This one's a little loose though. The arms here can go up and down. And the back legs can kick forward and back. I think this one might actually be stuck with the paint. Oh no, never mind. It's just really tight. Yeah, I can see it moving. Same with this one. Yeah. So yeah, Mothra has 8 joints total. 4 ball joints and 4 hinge joints. Rodan here is a bit of a different story. For head movement, we can look up, we can look down, and if you actually swivel the head joint, or the neck joint, you can look down much more, but you can't look as far up. Switching that back around, because I'm going to be having him in a flying pose on the shelf. He has leg joints that can kick up and down, go all the way around, pretty much do your basic stuff. You can do like a flapping motion. You can go up about that far, down about that far. It's only like, my only problem is that it's a little loose. However, I think that can be easily fixed. And he used to have a fold right here where he can fold in. However, because like the joints popped off and there's no way to actually pop them back on, essentially they're broken and useless, I had to compromise and glue the suckers in for both sides. So, and honestly, it doesn't bug me too much. I mean, this looks awesome as it already does, so not too much of a deal breaker for me. So, after kind of looking at it and analyzing it, I was actually fairly surprised to find out Rodan, believe it or not, has the same amount of points of articulation as Mothra does. Because you have 2 joints in the head, that's 2 joints, then you have the individual foot joints, that's 4, and then you have the base of the wings, and then you have the midsection of the wings, that's 8 joints. Mothra has her 4 limbs, her back limbs, her big wings, and then her little wings. That's also 8. So, in terms of posability, they also evenly match each other out. But there's got to be a winner here, right? This is kind of where it gets a little bit into a complicated mess, because I would sound biased, because personally I prefer the Rodan figures over the Mothra figures, but there's no winning here. I tried looking it over, but there's no winning here. It's another tie. Point for all each. 2 against 2 against 2. Alright, so far we got 2 against 2 against 2. This third round, I guarantee, will not result in a tie. Because we're going to talk about accessories. Specifically, what do these figures come with to edge out the other? Well, all 3 figures include flight rods. This is Rodan's, this is Mothra version 1's, and this is Mothra version 2's. If you're wondering how I can tell the difference, I kept track as to which one was on which peg. Now, in terms of flight bases, all of them feature unique flight bases. Mothra version 1's is a lot green, Mothra version 2's is a lot more blue, and Rodan's here is actually a volcano base. But wait, Rodan that wins here. Here's why. He comes with 2 extra accessories. An alternate head and an explosion piece. Now, I'm going to quickly demonstrate how you do these for all three. Setting up Mothra version 2s is pretty easy. First, you want to make sure that the base, like these little pieces here, are facing the back. And you want to look at this rod and make sure this little sticky point right here is facing this way, or the opposite way of the shell pieces right here. Peg that in, and it should look something like this. Remember, this stick part goes that way, these go that way. Now comes this part, attaching Mothra. You want to actually get it so, okay, this is going to be really hard because of the size. You want to make sure that this part right here is going in like this. Now you want to find the little groove that Mothra fits snugly in, push up with the slightest bit of effort. Once you hear a click, she's on, and that's it. Rodan here is a bit more complicated because we have more accessories to work with, but that's alright because it's not over complicated, if that makes any sense. So first we have this volcano base. Next we have this explosion piece. And what you want to do is you want to make sure that it's kind of like a half circle almost. And you want to find the peg, align it perfectly. See, it's like a half circle and a half circle. And so you want to make sure to align it perfectly. See, even I'm kind of struggling with this. Come on, where are ya? Come on, I'll do several 360s in order to find you. Hold on, is this the right piece? Huh, wait, hold up. Yeah, that's gotta be it. Pegging ya. No, I'm not going to cut the footage because I'm too lazy. Is that it? Yeah, that's it. And then you want to find this top little peg hole. Peg that in. I recommend an angle coming upward. Like that. And then you want to get Rodan. And here's the important part. Peg it in, I'd say, that part of the body. And make sure this little stick is facing the back. So kind of the opposite of Mothra. Where you put it in the front of Mothra, you put Rodan's in the back. For me, it's kind of a loose fit, but honestly, his wings will kind of help the balance here. So that's kind of a good support system. And for the head, you want to unpeg this. Oh boy. Okay, you're hard to work with, aren't you? And you'll get a headless Rodan. Now you want to come up with the new head and peg that sucker right on. Hold on, is it already on? Yeah, it's already on. And so yeah, you have a Rodan with a head open. Personally, I'm going to keep it on with the mouth closed because for some reason my head just... Sorry, my brain just tells me this head, this head, this head. And I mostly keep mine kind of on the volcanic base, as I sadly don't have the package for this guy anymore. But hey, I have the real treasure, the figure. So it's obvious here Rodan is the king of accessories, but I think it would have been closer if we got the larva to go with the Mothras, because I think back when King of the Monsters, the NECA figures were first revealed, there was like a leaked Mothra image that was apparently supposed to come with it, but never ended up coming with it. So, and it took them like, I don't even know how long to confirm to retailers that, oops, it's not supposed to come with one. Well, that's besides the point. NECA's no longer producing Godzilla figures anyway at the time of this recording. So, pretty much, Rodan here wins the point. These two are tied 2-2-3. And seeming as all three figures are pretty much aligned in the order from loser to winners, the winner of this showdown is Rodan. But does that mean he's the best? No. Honestly, I know there's a lot of Mothra lovers out there, and if you love Mothra, you're going to love these two. I mean, one's red, one's blue. If you get them together, you guarantee you're going to have a blast of a time displaying these two together. Not to mention the green and the blues. Like, they're just so shiny. Rodan's kind of like a third wheel almost. And the problem with, like, he wasn't originally supposed to be in this comparison, but I threw him at the last second because it would kind of just be uninteresting to see two of near more or less the same Mothras go head to head. Because the only true difference there is the colors, and seeing as I like blue more than red, it's just going to be kind of biased in my opinion. So yes, the winner of this video is definitively Rodan, but ultimately the winner is up to you. Do you like Mothra version 2 over these two? Or do you like Mothra version 1 or all of them? It's all ultimately up to you. And if you have not picked up these figures, I suggest wait for a deal or some form of way for these figures to make a comeback, because NECA has sadly discontinued these figures. And I'm even lucky to have these figures. Honestly, thank you, NECA, so much for support, for bringing these figures to life. And even though these figures are out of stock, these will always truly, what's the word? These figures will truly leave an impact on me. Thank you, NECA, for making these awesome figures. Until next time, guys. See you guys later.